Hello and welcome to Modalities Movement Therapy. I'm Brenda and today we're going to be working with a foam roller and 2 soft reflex balls. If you don't have reflex balls, then tennis balls will do. We are going to be focusing a lot on spiral movements, but a little bit of shoulder release and hip releases, because if the hips are tight, they're going to affect shoulders. Remember the connections in the body. So we want to get as much movement into those spiral lines as possible. So we're going to start off with the reflex balls between the legs. So you're actually going to bring the legs together and you're going to position either your tennis balls or your reflex balls just below the knees and above the ankles. So I want you to squeeze them. And what you're going to do is spread your toes out, so open the toes up as much as possible. And we're going to be releasing the deep core line in this position. You're going to breathe in and out as you go down. So try and hold it up and then slowly exhale down. Let's use the arms, breathe in, squeezing the glutes to help that lift. And again, nice deep breath in and exhale. Let's keep going, 4 more, and exhale. Remember, we're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Last 2, and breathe out for 1 more, and exhale. Let's keep the balls then. I want you to lift the toes up and spread the toes out. And then release them. Squeezing the glutes to keep that nice balanced position. Open up the toes and release. Do another 2, breathing in again and exhaling. And 1 more, nice deep breath in and exhale. Push the big toes down into the mat. Feel how easy it is to squeeze, especially that ball between the ankles. And now lift the big toes and push the little toes down into the mat. And you'll feel that resistance or that movement in towards the ball is a lot less in this position. So we're working more on the lateral side. But try and relax the toes, just keep pushing them down into the mat. Then you're going to switch again. So big toes are down. Little toes are lifted, and let's do another 2. Little toes are down, big toes are up, and switch again. Big toes and little toes. Good. Let's release the balls, and I want you to just bounce there. Hang out in this position and bounce. When you're ready to come up, you're going to breathe in and curl through the spine and roll up. Let's take one of those reflex balls or tennis balls and bring it under the armpit. So in this position, I want you to squeeze that ball and you're going to drop. You might want to take the feet apart, drop the shoulder. So we're going to circle that shoulder up and back. Just feel how easy it is when you're gripping that ball to drop the shoulder. And now you're going to take that reflex ball or tennis ball as well onto the sternum and massage around those pectoral muscles. We've been targeting these muscles a lot because when we're in a stress pattern, when we're using our secondary respiratory muscles in the upper trapezius and the neck and the shoulders, we often carry a lot of tension in these muscles because we tend to drop our posture and that becomes slightly rounded. So we're going to open it up, and then you're going to add a little bit of tap-up or bouncing into this release. So right on the sternum, over those pectoral muscles, and you can move right up onto the shoulder, the upper trapezius muscles, into the neck. So you can again use that ball to squeeze the ball, drop the shoulder, and bring the ear over to the other shoulder. So you can feel more of an extension, and it's a little bit more effective releasing this area. use the ball and move forward and back. Push the palm onto the ball and really get into that release. Move up into the neck as well. And you can push and twist like you're squeezing an orange or a lemon and move around there. From this position, we're going to repeat the same thing to the other side. So you're going to bring the ball under the armpit and you're going to drop the shoulder and squeeze that ball. Let's just get one big shoulder roll. We're going to repeat a few more of those and then drop the shoulder down. Now you're going to massage over the chest and right up towards that shoulder. Massage around the pectoral muscles. Circular motions that push and twist, and a bit of tapupment as well. Let's move into the neck and the shoulder and those upper trapezius muscles and give it a great release here to release that tension. Keep focusing on your breathing. We're going to keep that ball under the armpit and you're going to bring the other ball back to that armpit. Now we're going to add a little bit of a bend in the knees and you're going to draw the shoulders up and back as you extend the knees and circle the shoulders up and back. Bend the knees, breathe in and circle up and back and drop. Breathe in and exhale. Breathing in again and circle. Exhaling as you bend. 2 more and exhaling. And the last one and exhaling. Let's keep the balls where they are, keep the knees straight. Let's round the shoulders and open them up. So pull the shoulder blades together at the back. And again, drop the shoulders, round them. Come into that hunch position. This is when those pectoral muscles get tight. Now let's pull them back and open them up. Breathe into this movement. Remember the connection between the rib cage, intercostal muscles between the ribs are attached to the diaphragm. So the more we open up here, the more we stretch and lengthen these pectoral muscles as well. Let's do one more. Exhaling and breathe in. Pull those shoulders together at the back. Let's release the balls. And now in this position, you're just going to stand here and I want you to take the balls onto the occiput ridge at the base of the skull and you're massaging towards the spine. So you can move in little circular motions as well and move a little bit down the neck, releasing again these muscles in the neck and on either side of the spine that move down into the shoulders. Let's massage there and bounce. Bounce the balls around. Keep going. And 3 and 2 and 1. Good. In this position, just stand there and feel what it feels like. Hopefully when you're breathing now, you're going to feel the shoulders are a lot more relaxed and you've got more focus around that diaphragm and the waist. So you're breathing horizontally rather than vertically. In this next position, we're going to extend into a lunge. So you're going to keep that knee straight and you're just going to lift and lower off the back heel. So I want you to come up and down. Try not to go forward and back. So just lengthen slightly into the front knee and lift and lower off the heel. So stay in that position and just with the ball in that same hand, I want you to massage around the hip flexor where that leg bends. When I say bend, when it lifts up, that iliopsoas muscle, our primary hip flexor. Let's do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. From there, keeping the heel down at the back, bring the opposite ball or the opposite hand with the ball in it onto that area that you've just been working on. Take the other arm up and over. So we're going to reach over, stretching up and out of the waist. Remember, we want to work the spiral line, so that is incorporated into that rotation. At the same time, you're going to lift the heel and lower the ball down. So we're going to reach up and over. We're going to go for 8. Keep going. And 7. And 6. And 5. I want you to breathe in and out. 4 more. And 3. Another 2. And 1 more. It's a nice challenge on the balance. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to start off with that lunge position and just lifting and lowering the heel as you massage into that hip flexor and the front of the quadriceps. 10. 4 more. Try apply a nice deep pressure. Now let's take the opposite hand to that area. Reach the same arm up and over. So I want you to think of lifting up and out of that hip and reach. And reach. Pushing up, lift, and reach. Keep going. Let's do 8 more. And 7. And 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. And release it. In this position again, standing, you can take the balls onto either side of the spine and you're going to roll the balls up and down, loosening up that lower back. If the balls are not doing it for you, you can make a fist and you can continue the same movement. I quite like the balls. I find they do get a little bit deeper into that fascial tissue around the muscles. Let's move, rocking side to side. I want you to keep going for another 20 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Put the balls to the side if you're using them. We are going to use them just now, so keep them handy. And now I want you to find the hip bone, that iliacus, and you're going to bring the fingers inside. As we bring the fingers inside, if it's very difficult for you to get in, you might want to lean slightly forward, and then you're going to bounce into a squat position. As you do so, I want you to slide the fingers up and down the inside of the hip bones, sliding them in and out, up and down there. 5 and 4, 3, pushing in as well, 2 more, and the last one. Good. And just shake everything out. Let's take another deep breath in. Just leave the arms at the sides. And as you drop your chin to your chest, you start your exhalation and just roll down and bounce. Bounce from one side to the other side. We're now going to come into a seated position on the foam roller. And you're going to bring the knees to one side. So you're lifting that buttock off the foam roller. And then you're going to roll into that, or over the glutes. Along the glutes. So we've got the glute medius that sits on the side. Glute max and minimus on the back. So you want to work, try and get those 3 different muscles that make up your gluteus muscles. If you're not feeling as much as you would if that ankle is crossed over your knee, then bring the ankle over the knee and massage right into that lower back. We're going to work from this sacroiliac spine in line with the hip bone up from there. So we just want to work from that sacroiliac spine over the glutes, so below that line. If you're feeling more here, then stay in this position. Now for the next release, you might want to come down onto the elbow and you're going to work into that lower back. So now we're working from the sacroiliac spine into the lower back. So just below the rib cage. You don't want to be on the rib cage and you don't want to be on your side because then you're going to get that rib cage quicker. So we're going to work into that lower back area. And here you can do a little bit of shearing from side to side, so you're moving from side to side. In fact, if you want to go back onto the glutes, you can do the same thing again. A little bit of shearing from side to side. So we're not only working those fascial fibers that run up and down, but we're doing those cross fibers as well. Remember, it's like a little bit like a spider web. So a lot of different fascial bands in all different directions. So try and release all of them. And a little bit into the lower back as well. We're going to continue on this side, and you're going to bring the foam roller higher up, so at the base of the shoulder blade. So we want to avoid the rib cage. We've got those intercostal muscles which can do with a lot of releasing, but we're going to release those when we get into the rotations. You will be a little bit on here, a little bit into those intercostal muscles, but let's try and work at the base of the shoulder blade there, and you rocking forward and back. Bring the hands behind the head and just breathing in. So moving up into the shoulder area now, and we're going to share over here as well. So you're going to come forward slightly under your chest on your bra strap there. And you can open up, and then we're going to work a little bit into the shoulder area, into the shoulder blade. Again, you can share around here, and then stay on the one side. Just roll along that shoulder blade. So a little bit more shearing on the shoulder blade, and drop the knees and work around to the front. This is great because it does get more rotation, improve the rotation in the body. And again onto the back, a little bit more into that shoulder blade there. We're now going to move on to the neck. So you're going to drop down and bring your ear onto the foam roller, and we're going to bring the bottom arm behind us. So you're going to lie with the palm facing up, see it from this angle, ear onto and neck onto the foam roller. And then you're going to lift that top foot. So now you see it from this angle, in front of that bent knee, and you're going to rotate. Use the hand to just push the roller, and then you're going to rotate your head up and back. Lift up off the hip and bounce the ear into, the shoulder into that foam roller. Add that rotation with the head, and then again you're releasing along that occiput ridge. Do another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. From there, just release, rotate onto your back, and you're lying with your neck on the foam roller. Let's nod the head from side to side, and you can add a little bit of shearing as well. Rock yourself to a seated position. Have a quick drink of water, and then we're going to take the ball onto the arm and work a little bit around the deltoid and up onto the shoulder blade. So we'll just start off with one ball on one side, keep the other ball handy, and just move the foam roller away. Now you're going to lie with the arm, so you're going to open up the arm, palm facing up, and you're going to massage. Now find that spot, move it around a little bit. You can move from side to side as well, so keep the head resting on the mat, or if you're not comfortable, you can rest on the foam roller. But I find I get a little bit deeper into that release. And up and down. So move that ball around until you find where you need the most release. And wiggle from side to side. Still on the same side, you're going to now bring the ball slightly in, so it's more on the shoulder blade. And now we can move that arm around. You can wiggle that ball around, getting a bit deeper into the shoulder release. Last week we worked, or in week 5, we worked with the ball between the shoulder blade and the spine. Now we're working directly onto that shoulder blade. Just trying to encourage more movement in that glenohumeral joint, that joint, the shoulder joint there. Keep going, you can move the ball around a little bit more. And let's release the ball, hug your knees, rock yourselves to a seated position, and we're now going to sit on the other buttock, so bring the roller onto the glutes on the other side. And you'll keep that reflex ball handy, so we can do the same to the other side. Lift up, and let's bring the knees together, lifting the other buttock off the foam roller. See how your shoulder feels. Hopefully you've got a lot of movement into that area. Compare the shoulders. Feel how one feels compared to the other one. Cross the ankle if you want to get a little bit deeper. And then we can add that shearing motion as well that we almost forgot on the other side. Cross the ankle and do the same thing. And move down. So you're coming up with the foam roller onto that sacroiliac spine and shear around that area. And when you're ready, you're going to drop onto the elbow if you want to, and you're going to bring the roller above that sacroiliac spine in line with the hip and above onto the lower back, but not the rib cage. So just small range of movement there, and shear a little bit from side to side. Keep going and rolling. It should feel like a nice release there. And when you're ready, you're going to drop down, bring the knees to the diagonal, and now we're going to bring the roller onto the base of the shoulder blade. So let's start in this position, opening up, so it's on your bra strap, just below your chest. So opening up and rocking forward, breathing in and out. And then you can actually drop the elbow onto the mat and then shear along that line. Just releasing a little bit into those muscles between the rib cage and encouraging more rotation. And that'll actually improve the breathing. And let's just add a little bit more release onto the shoulder blade. Bringing the elbows together so you're staying just on that one side. And when you're ready, let's drop down onto that ear and bring that bottom arm behind you. Like we did on the other side, your ear and neck on the foam roller and your arm is positioned behind you. Top leg, knee is bent and foot is flat in front of the other knee or in front of the other shin. And then pushing into that foot, you're going to bounce the shoulder into the foam roller and add a little bit of rotation with the neck. Looking over that shoulder and nodding that head as much as you can, getting that range of movement into the neck. Keep going. Three, two, and one. Okay, for now you can use the foam roller if you need to, otherwise you can put it to the side. And let's take that one reflex ball again, lying on your back. Position the ball onto the top of the arm at the deltoid there, and so you can either use the roller to support the head or your hand, but if possible just make sure you're not taking any strain in the neck. Move the arm up and down and from side to side. Keep going. Rolling and moving that arm as much as you can. Let's take the ball onto the scapula, and again you can bend the elbow this time and move that ball up and down from side to side in all those different directions. Make sure the neck is not taking strain, just keep it relaxed. Position it in a little bit if you need to, and move it around. And release that ball. Let's take a nice big stretch and yawn. Hug your knees into your chest and just bounce the knees to the chest. Let's take both of those reflex balls now, and you're going to bring one behind the knee. So I'm on my right side. I'm going to bring the ball behind the right knee and cross the ankle as close to the hip as I can. So you're really opening up into this hip and squeezing the ball behind the knee. You're now going to take that ball we've released along the inside of that leg. Let's release the deep core line along that inner thigh. So massaging up. You can also bring the head onto the foam roller if you feel you can reach the thigh more easily if you've got shorter arms. And you can reach and get a bit deeper into that release. Move from side to side in circular motions or up and down. So keep that foot as close to the hip as possible and roll along that deep core line. We're now going to bring the ball we've been using on the inner thigh, and we're going to position it behind the other knee. You're going to bring that foot as close to the heel as close to the bum as possible. But you're going to now hold on to it with both hands, around the shin as close to the ankle as possible. You're going to push this knee out, and again, use the foam roller for your head if you need to. As you bounce the knee out, you're going to bounce the other foot towards the tailbone. So you can use one hand if you want to and get that movement going. Bouncing out and pulling towards you. A nice release for the hip, the knees, and the back line of the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's release the balls. You can release the roller if you don't need it there. And bring the ball behind the other knee. And again, you're going to cross that foot as close and bring it as close to the hip as possible. Take that reflex ball and you're going to massage along the inside of that thigh. Move towards the knee in little circular motions, up and down and from side to side. Four more, and 3, 2, and 1. Good. From there, you're going to bring the ball behind the knee and hold on to the ankle close to the foot. Let's use one hand. You can bring that foam roller under the neck if you need to. And as you bounce that heel towards you, push the knee out. Bounce, opening up in the hip and releasing the knees and the back line of the body. 5. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's release both of those balls. Put them to the side. Open up your legs wider than the mat. We've released the glutes. We've released the knees. Let's take a nice deep breath in and drop over to one side. So the feet are wider than the knees. Now what you're going to do, we're going to activate those glute muscles. You're going to lift that back knee, but stay on the inside of that foot. Keep the arms in line with the shoulders, and you're going to bounce that knee up. Bounce. 2, 3, keep going. 4, keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in. On the exhalation, you're going to push that lower back into the mat, and that movement there, pulling the rib cage in, tucking there, activating those oblique muscles at the waist, and drop over to the other side. Take a nice deep breath in here. On your exhalation, bounce. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, nice deep breath in. Drop the knee. On the exhalation, tuck. So you're pushing the lower back down into the mat and tuck the glutes in, push the rib cage down, and breathe in to the other side. On your exhalation, bounce. Keep going, another 20. 4, hopefully you're starting to feel those glutes now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in again, drop the knee. On your exhalation, you're pushing down, tucking, exhaling, rounding the spine, and you're going over to the other side to breathe in. Exhaling, bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in. Exhaling. We're going to do 2 more sets. Tucking and rounding the spine. Breathe in to the other side. Exhaling and bounce. 2. Keep breathing. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in. Exhaling. Push the lower back down into the mat. Tilt under and over to the other side. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhaling. Pulse. Breathing in. 10 to go. 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Breathe in and exhale into the center. Stretch the legs out. Reach the arms up next to the ears. And again, have a nice big yawn. And stretch. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock yourself to a seated position. Have a quick drink of water. And from there, we're going to come up onto the knees. In this position, we're going to have the knees apart. And you want to cross one ankle over the other. So that's your position. The same arm as that leg. We're going to reach that arm up and over. You're going to grab hold of that wrist. And you're going to breathe in this position. Stretching up and out of that shoulder. Now you're going to exhale. And bring the fingers in front of that knee. Here I want you to feel the crunching in the waist. So you're tucking under, but squeezing the glutes to help you with your balance. And the more you use your head, the more you're going to activate those abdominal and core muscles, glutes and abs. Breathe in, up, and exhale again. Round the spine. Let's go again. Nice deep breath in, up, and exhale. In that rounded position, crunch and tuck. Breathing in again. Keep going and exhaling. 5 to go. Breathing in and exhaling. Another 4. Breathing in and exhaling. 3 more. and exhaling. 2 to go. And exhaling. And the last one. And exhaling. Into the center. And uncurl. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to cross the other ankle. And again, grab hold of the wrist. Reach up and out of that shoulder and breathe in this position. On your exhalation, squeeze the glutes, tuck under, crunch in the waist, tuck under, and reach down. Let's breathe in and coming up. And again, we're exhaling and tuck. Drop down, fingers in front of the knee, breathing in. Here we go for 3. Breathing out. And breathe in. For 4. And exhaling. For 5. And exhaling. 3 more. Breathing in. And exhaling. Breathing in. And exhaling. And we have 1 more to go. Breathing in. And exhaling. Coming to the center and breathing in. Uncurl and circle the shoulders up and back. Take a quick drink of water. We're now going to use the foam roller again, so just bring it onto the mat and you'll bring it behind you. Hopefully it'll stay there. And then take your feet and straddle the mat with your feet. Let's really get into those spiral movements now. So we're going to rock to one side into that knee box position. So come towards the front and you're going to take your hands, the knife edge of your hands, onto the foam roller. We're now going to lengthen out. You're going to breathe in, stretch that back leg, and then on the exhalation, I want you to tuck. So you're pulling that lower back into the rounded position. Imagine your belly button is going and tapping the spine. So you're crunching those obliques and pulling back into that rounded tuck position. Here we're breathing into arch. Try to keep the knee down and exhale to tuck. Pulling back. Let's keep going. Extend the leg again. And then breathe out to that rounded position. Here we go for 4. Breathing in and exhaling. For 5. And exhaling. Here we go for 6. And exhaling. 7. And exhaling. And the last one. And exhaling. So you're going to stay in this position. From here, you're going to bring the elbow onto the mat. So you're staying in this knee box position. Extend your top arm, you're breathing in. And on the exhalation, you're going to bring that elbow inside the hand. Now, don't cheat. So don't let this knee come back towards the foot. or don't bring the elbow in front of the knee. You want the elbow in front of the hip, quite close to it, not too far away, and then rotate onto that other elbow. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did. We're going to breathe in to your arch position. Now on the exhalation, we're pulling away from the shoulder, coming around into that tuck position, but I want you to keep the elbows down. So you're really crunching into that bottom part of the waist. Let's breathe in again to the arch. On the exhalation, you're tucking and rounding. Let's go again. Nice deep breath in. And exhaling, pulling back into that crunch. Now you're going to continue. If you can, I want you to lift the knee. And if you can, I want you to lift the foot. So you're working more into those gluteus muscles there. And we're breathing in. On the exhalation, tuck and round. Your knees are going to want to come forward, squeeze the bum, and keep pushing it back. So you'll feel a nice stretch in the front of that leg. Let's breathe in. And exhale. Keep going, breathing in. And exhale. Let's do another 4. Breathing in. And exhale. And 3 more. Last 2. And exhale. Finish off with 1 more. And exhale. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So we'll start off, bring the foam roller onto the other side of the mat. Maybe have a quick drink of water if you haven't already. And let's take a knee box to the opposite side. So feet on either side of the mat. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe in, you're rocking over to the side. And just exhale there. Bring the knife edge of the hands onto the foam roller. And we're going to breathe in. Lengthen that leg out. On the exhalation, tuck, crunching, rounding that spine. So you're pulling away from the roller. Breathe in. Lengthen out. Exhale. Crunch and tuck. Here we go again for 3. And crunch. For 4. And tuck. Keep that knee as far back as you can. And tuck. 3 more. And tuck. Another 2. And tuck. And the last 1. And tuck. Now you're going to take that elbow in front of the hip, so don't bring it forward, bring it back. You're staying as nice and open as you can. Reach that top hand up to the ceiling and a nice deep breath in. On your exhalation, bring the elbow in front of the hand. And here we're going to do the same thing again. Breathing in and pull away. Exhaling. Let's go straight into the lift. If you can lift the knee, do so. If you can lift both the foot and the knee, you can do that as well. Breathe in and exhale. For 3. And exhale. For 4. And exhale. Pull away. And 5. So shoulders are over elbows in this position. Now you're tucking in, so you're rounding the spine and crunching into those obliques. And breathe in and exhale. Let's do another 4. Breathing in and exhale. 3 to go. And exhale. 2 more. And exhale. For the last one. And you're exhaling. Good. Come back to center. Lie on your back and just bring the feet on either side of the mat again. Rock the knees from side to side. So just loosen up in the hips. Okay, and back to the center for the last exercise. We're going to lie on our backs with our arms next to our body. And here we're going to focus on the glutes. Back into our arch and our tuck. Our second mat movement. Breathing in. Let your movement follow your breathing. Now you're exhaling. And you come into a tuck position. Now in this position, you're going to let the right foot float off the mat. And bring the foot, imagine you've got a wall and you're putting the foot against the wall. Now from this tuck position, we've exhaled, we're breathing in. And thrusting the pelvis up to the ceiling. Now in the exhalation, I want you to think of the rib cage first dropping down, lowering onto the mat. Still in the tuck position, release the foot, and we go over to the other side. Breathing into arch. Make sure your ponytail is not in the way. So on the arch, your chin should be dropping down, so you shouldn't have any tension in the neck. On your exhalation, you should be tucking under, and the chin should want to automatically lift up. Now you're going to stay in the tuck and let the other foot float off. Place it against the wall, the imaginary wall. Now breathe in. Thrust the pelvis up to the ceiling. And on the exhalation, drop the lower back, one vertebra onto the mat at a time, and release the foot. Now your other option, if you do have a wall available, is to take both feet against the wall. And in that position, you arch, you tuck, and you thrust the pelvis up. But we can alternate feet as well. So stay in this position. The foot is down to start. Breathe in and exhale. Tuck position. The foot floats off the mat and foot against the imaginary wall, and you're breathing in to that thrust position. If you're up against the wall, then both feet will stay in this position against the wall and lower down through the spine. And keeping that tuck, release the foot, and you're ready to breathe in. And exhaling. Tuck and tilt the pelvis under. Let the foot float off, up against the wall. And now you're ready to breathe in again. Thrust the pelvis up to the ceiling and hold it there. Now exhale. And lower yourself down. Keep the tuck, release the foot. You're ready to breathe in. Open yourself up. And exhale. Tuck and tilt, tuck and tilt, tuck and tilt. Let the foot float off the mat, up against the wall. Breathe in. Thrust the pelvis up to the ceiling. And lower down, exhaling. Stay in the tuck, release the foot. Ready for the other side. Breathe in to arch. Breathe out to your tuck and tilt. Let the foot float off the mat. And we're going to breathe in, thrusting the pelvis up to the ceiling. And lower down. And stay tucked, release the foot. We're going to do 2 more. Nice deep breath in. And tuck. Let the foot float off up against the wall. Now breathe in. And pulse it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 2 more. 9, and 10. Hold it up. Breathe in. Exhale. Round the spine, articulate each vertebra onto the mat. Stay in the tuck position, release the foot. Finishing off with one more, a nice deep breath in. Open up to arch. And exhale. Tuck and tilt, tuck and tilt. Let the foot float off. And you're ready, let's breathe in again. Thrust the pelvis to the ceiling and bounce. 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Breathe in and exhale. Let's release the foot in the tuck and stretch yourself out. Have a nice big yawn and stretch those arms next to the ears. Hug your knees into your chest and just bounce there. Hold onto the shins and rock from side to side. When you're ready, rock yourself to a seated position and just circling the shoulders up and back a few times. Just loosen up the neck by nodding the head from side to side. So let's circle the shoulders up and back and nod the head from side to side. Take one elbow onto the mat, and I want you to keep that buttock on the mat and just reach that arm up and over. Now lengthen out of the waist. I want you to grow taller. Think of that lateral line of the body. That's our line of longitude. Breathe in, and then as you breathe out, tuck and round to the other side. Breathe in and bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take another nice deep breath in. On the exhalation, come to the center. Stay in that rounded position and just bounce back. On your inhalation, breathe in and just circle the shoulders up and back. Hopefully you've got a nice range of movement there into that spiral move. And let's finish off one last deep breath in and exhaling. Feet are flat, knees are lifted, and you're going to push up into standing. Use your breath, so your movement's going to follow your breath. You're going to breathe in, you're going to engage the glutes and come up to standing and open everything up. And again, just circle the shoulders up and back. Swing the arms around the body and shake everything out. Well done, and thank you for joining me.